My latest obsession is with the writer Zora Neale Hurston. I named my new pup Zora in her honor. And let me tell you why I was gifted Wrapped in Rainbows. And don't judge me, I read a book till the cover comes off, literally. This one was 400 pages, so I've been dragging it around for like a month. It is a 400-page biography by Valerie Boyd of Zora Neale Hurston, and I highly recommend it. Let me put my cover back on, my two-piece book. Before recent years, the only thing I thought of when I thought of Zora Neale Hurston was Their Eyes Were Watching God. Her novels that I'd read as required reading at some point in school didn't leave any impact on me, but we didn't get any biographical information about Zora Neale Hurston whenever I read this book, or any context of why the story was important. So let me tell you why it is. Zora Neale Hurston was a boss. She was born in 1891 in Alabama, but her family moved to Eatonville, Florida shortly after, so that's where she identified with as home. She died in 1960. Now, at the time, she was the most published Black woman writer in America, but guess what? She died poor. She was writing back in the 1930s. She was friends with Langston Hughes during the Harlem Renaissance. It was unheard of for a Black woman to say, I am a writer. So I will say the thing that really stands out for me about Zora Neale Hurston's writing is that she writes in Southern dialect, I would say. She was trying to capture how the Black people in Eatonville, Florida, where she was from, spoke. And so when I was young and reading this book, I did not appreciate that. I was honestly kind of annoyed. So like this sentence, what you doing in here, Janie? And here is spelled H-E-A. And I was like, I can't get with it. But now that I've read enough of her writing, it doesn't bother me. And I get that she was trying to capture how they speak. Because the cool thing about Zora Neale Hurston is not only was she an author, a writer, she was a folklorist and an anthropologist. She studied human behavior. She actually traveled around the United States and outside the United States studying different cultures. She did extensive research on voodoo that actually brought her to New Orleans, and then she would take what she learned and turn it into stories. At the time, she got a lot of flack from the other big Black writers and thinkers because they wanted her to be writing about the race problem. They wanted her to be writing these political think pieces. And even though she had a lot of thoughts and opinions on the Black race and progress and what needed to be done, that wasn't how she wanted to write. She wanted to capture Black people in their everyday essence and show that even though we had some huge struggles as a country, as a nation at the time, that we still had joy. So I recommend all her books. I definitely want to read more of her stuff, but just like as a woman, like she just seems phenomenal, and I'm completely obsessed with her.